All right, so quick bad news. Internet died out. So, unfortunately, there's not going to be no music for this one. However, I did so here's the other thing. Um I the my game updates on its own. So, when I first started a tournament, however the squads were, they got different now cuz I went to go check the squads to see if they were still the same. They're not because ever since the last time, like 4 days ago when I first made Group A, there's been a lot of transfers in the transfer market. For example, some players have players that weren't there before. Like probably Crystal Palace now has no Mark Gehi. I checked to see, and Ter Stegen is no longer at Barcelona. He's at Girona. And the ones that matter for this one specifically is probably the fact that Crawley Town do not have Shimanga anymore. So that's a big loss for them. But their goals will still be. But for playoff rounds, I'm making this rule for myself. Their goals are not going to count for this. So if we go here, top scorers, it's not going to count for this. These are all part of the league phase. Group stage ones don't count. Everybody here is just going to stay the same. It doesn't matter, whatever. Because to me, it's not fair. Because if you're like Yeremi Pino, right? You're all the way up here as Yeremi Pino. And let's say during this whole thing, fucking somehow Uzuni gets fucking, or even right now Uzuni, if he gets like 4 goals in this little thing I'm about to do, he's gonna pass Alemão, which I think is unfair because Alemão did what he had to do to get to that spot. So to me, playoff, like this whole thing is not gonna happen. So this can get shut. Doesn't matter. Boom, close it. So right now we're just gonna play these these 8 teams in a quick style tournament based mode to see. No music, so we're just gonna make this quick and brief. But like I said, I had to modify the teams a little bit, and all the players changed it because now look at this. Codero is no longer a cam; he's just a plain out striker. So I can't have him in here no more. So I put Soberon because he's a cam, right? And Gomez, he's the main striker now because he's actually striker. It was 69 rated compared to his 68. So I had to change a few things. The teams look a little more different than they did before, but overall it's kind of the same still. Like so they're the same most part. They're the same players. So that's basically so like some players are different now. Like Aguirre Barria, like now he's in there. And the cool part about this is that all the players that might have been injured before are now fit. So that's all I have to say real quick before we go into this quick thing. It doesn't matter who scores the goals at this point. It's just an all-out brawl. It's a playoff brawl kind of. So we're gonna have 2 games for like Ulsan against Zaragoza. Right now they're playing in the Zaragoza Stadium, Zaragoza. And after this game, depending on they'll go on to the next round, and if they're still tied, penalties, whatever. So let's see. We have Zaragoza playing against Ulsan. Everything would point that Ulsan should win this. So let's see. A tie. Score Paulino and Soberon got a brace. Scored the goals they needed to get. While Seung-kyun scores his goal along with Eric Farias. So decent, decent. So it's still a tie there between those guys. Ooh, this is an interesting tie. Groningen versus Randers. Groningen versus Randers. Real quickly. Oh, one second. Sorry about that. Got quickly interrupted. We can continue. But holy shit! And finally, this guy scores a goal. I was wondering when this guy would score a goal in the whole fucking league phase. Didn't score a single goal. Wow. Greve again. Fucking their goat, really. Williamson scores 2 goals. Bjorgren, Bjor, Bjorkengren scores to give them the lead. Oh no, it's the tie. Themsen gets the winning goal there, but after 2 minutes later, Rente scores a goal. So sucks to that. So 2 games already, a draw in each one. Nothing great. Belgrano versus Crawley Town. Let's see how this one goes. Belgrano get a win. Pacerini gets a goal, and Celarayana as well. Richards tries to do something, not enough. So let's see. Belgrano taking advantage going into the next game though, compared to the other 2 games. Malaga versus Austin. Malaga's team was basically the same still though. Oh my God, another big scoring team. All right, Joaquin scored a goal. O'Brien scored a goal. Chupa scored a brace, and Uzuni scored a brace. Okay, all right. And now we're going to the opposite. Now you see, so last time Ulsan and Zaragoza played, it ended 2-2, but now they're playing in the Ulsan Stadium per se. So now let's see how this goes. Who goes through? I won on pens, and Ulsan are eliminated. Oh, that's so sad, bro. Cause look how close they were. Look how fucking close they were to just getting automatically like into the playoff system so they can get to phase two. But now it's over for them now, bro. It's over. Valerie scoring for as much shit as I talk about him, he actually returned to be out the heavy the defector. So now Ulsan are eliminated. They are eliminated. Randers versus Groningen. Like I told you, I have a soft spot for Randers. I'm a big Randers fan now. Let's see if they can get it. And they do! Ture Olsen and Mahmoud. They all score with Van Bergen trying to get them a consolation, but it's not enough. Randers have just eliminated Groningen. Incredible. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Alright. So here's the first one that actually has like a little bit of an advantage to Belgrano. So let's see. And they do get Pacerini's goal does true to help them out and get them through. So Crawley Town, you got eliminated anyway. Even though you barely like by one goal got to this phase, you have been eliminated by Belgrano, the Argentinian side. Austin FC against Malaga. We did see that it ended 3-3 before. How's it gonna end now? Malaga defeat them. Malaga, La Rubia and Nino score goals. Whilst Uzuni tries to bail his team out. But see, look what he would have got plus 3 goals just right there. So I thought that'd be unfair for people like Alemão. So it is what it is. But now we go to the next phase. Semifinals. Zaragoza versus Randers. Let's see how this one goes out. 2-2. Ooh, okay. Okay, Paulino scores the opener. Ture gets the equalizer. Then Moyano scores, and then Mahmoud scores in the 83rd minute. 2-2 going into and it's going to be at the Randers Stadium. All right, and against Belgrano and Malaga. Let's see who wins this one. Belgrano win. Okay, interesting. They got a red card though. Ooh, that's going to be interesting going into the next match because they got to replace that. So he's probably going to get suspended for the final if they make it. Rigoni and Chupe also scored goals, but it's not really matter. The next game is going to be in the Malaga Stadium. And all right, now we got Randers versus Zaragoza. I'm rooting for you, Randers. Come on. They fucking did it in Greve. Oh my god, extra time, 98th minute. And Mahmoud scored the first goal. Then Paulinho scored the equalizer. It went to extra time and Greve went. Bro, Randers could possibly pull it off. From being in 19th for the majority of the league phase, they pulled themselves all the way out to being like 15th. And now they have a possibility to actually qualify properly. Wow. We gotta fix the red card. It's gonna have to go to Longo, and after that we gotta look for a midfielder who can fit the part, which right now is Castro. And it's gonna be Castro. Yep. So let's see. See how this works for Belgrano or Malaga. Which one of them goes through? And it's Belgrano, Pacerini. To make it a comfortable 2-goal lead. In the final, to see who qualifies for phase 2 is going to be between Randers and Belgrano. It's all over. It's all up to this one. It's all up here. Click of a button. I honestly would have made this like a kickoff game to see like who like the goals and stuff. But the AI or the whatever you call it, the CPU is just dumb. It's stupid. It doesn't do the right decisions like it should. So I'm not trusting it. So I'm just gonna make this a click of a button. And I'm a big Randers fan, and I hope they're the ones that make it, because it would be a big story considering they were 19th for a large part of the league phase thing. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, on penalties. 3-3. What a final! That's a World Cup final right there. Zelarayan opens the scoring. Greve then equalizes. He gets injured though. That sucks. Then Meti scores to get ahead, and then Temsen ties. Extra times that Larayan scores in the 115th minute. You might think it's over, but then Temsen comes in and scores. But unfortunately, after that, it's just the first penalty is saved, but then Ture and Dammers can't put in theirs, which ultimately makes Randers meet their end. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But we all I know right now is that now we know that Belgrano, congratulations, they deserve it. They are the team. They're gonna go to the next round. So right here, we're gonna put right underneath them. We're gonna put here phase three players. The teams that are gonna go to phase three are Crystal Palace. We have Crystal Palace. We're gonna put them in like in a gold. More colors. Let's give them like a gold color. I like that one. It kind of looks like shit, but it's fine. Ajax, Rayo Vallecano, Ajax, Rayo Vallecano, and Daejeon are the teams that are gonna make it to phase three. Teams that are gonna make it to phase a lighter green would be better. Teams that will make it to phase two. Phase two are Ghent, Middlesbrough, Ghent, Middlesbrough, um, Alaves, Chengdu, and Belgrano. Everyone else just got eliminated. So let's give everybody a nice little red coloring. Oh, they can say that because that's how it really turned out. But look at that. Look at that, bro. Huge congratulations to the teams that qualified. Honestly, well done. So this is the way it looks for that. Let's move this. I can move all of these guys up. Wait, it's just. Oh, what the fuck? I am tripping out right now. There we go. I'm just kind of thinking right now because this has to go right here. Here it's points. Yep. Yellow. The rest of these being black. Yep. So that's kind of idea. So like I said, this is phase two down here. So teams that are gonna come down here are these like teams like this. These guys will at some point land in here, right? Against Middlesbrough, not exactly down into here, but they'll be put in another wheel of thing of these guys along with the other 5 of all these. They'll be put in all of these. That'll be phase two, and of those 10 teams, only 5 will come out, and then we can pull those. We'll use those. Out of those top 5, we'll go in another wheel of names along with these guys, and those will be the ones who compete in this one. And the point is that they'll be in groups of these until we only have 64 left. And I mean 32. And once we get to 32 left, then we can use the old Champions League format, and we got a bracket, and we're good. It's gonna take a bit of time, but it's gonna be fun and worth it. Cause now I gotta get these players ready, I got all these teams ready. But that's for tomorrow. It's already 2:30 in the morning. I'm tired, and I had a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. Appreciate you as always, and we'll see when I do this again. Bye bye.